Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about the applications of underlying logic. Underlying logic is not just an abstract concept. It is widely applicable in our lives, work, and social structures. By mastering underlying logic, we can not only deepen our thinking but also make wiser decisions in complex situations. Below, we will explore how underlying logic plays a role in thinking patterns, behavior patterns, and social operations. 1. Thinking patterns, underlying logic, and cognitive framework. Underlying logic determines how we perceive the world and how we think about problems. When a person masters the underlying logic of a particular field, their thinking process fundamentally changes. They are no longer limited to surface phenomena, but can see the underlying structure and patterns of things, leading to more rational and accurate judgments. Example, in the investment field, suppose you learn the underlying logic of the investment market, and you'll understand that stock market fluctuations are driven by factors such as supply and demand, emotional shifts, and policy changes. You will no longer just focus on price changes, but will be able to see the essence behind it, predicting trends and risks. In economics, take the concept of supply and demand, which is a fundamental underlying logic in business. Understanding this principle allows you to make rational judgments regarding pricing, product positioning, and market entry strategies. Mastering the underlying logic of thinking patterns helps us move beyond superficial understanding, providing us with deeper insights. 2. Behavior patterns, underlying logic dictates action. Our actions and decisions are often based on deep-seated principles and laws. These underlying logics manifest as different behavioral patterns in various contexts, helping us make effective decisions in complex environments. Example, marketing. In marketing, the underlying logic is supply and demand, and consumer psychology. A brand that understands consumer needs and meets them through pricing, product features, or emotional marketing can successfully attract customers and increase market share. For example, using limited-time discounts to stimulate purchases is an application of the scarcity effect. Management decisions. In corporate management, underlying logic is equally clear. For example, using incentive mechanisms to boost employee motivation is based on the principle of reward and recognition. A good leader designs appropriate reward systems to spark team potential, which drives overall performance improvement. Interpersonal communication. In everyday communication, underlying logic is reflected in empathy and emotional resonance. When communicating with others, if you can understand their perspective or emotions, the likelihood of success is much higher. These behavioral patterns may seem distinct, but they can all be attributed to the same underlying logic: understanding needs, delivering value, and motivating action. 3. Social operations, underlying logic, and social structure. On a more macro level, underlying logic determines the operation and development trajectory of society. Social systems, political structures, and economic laws all operate based on certain underlying principles. Understanding these underlying logics helps us better understand social phenomena, predict future trends, and even provide a theoretical basis for policy making and social reform. Example, social systems. Many social systems are built upon fundamental principles like fairness and justice, or social order. For instance, the establishment of legal systems follows the underlying logic of fairness and social stability. By understanding these principles, citizens can better comprehend their rights and obligations, while governments can design more rational laws and policies. Political structures. Political systems are similarly rooted in underlying logic, such as the separation of powers and checks and balances. In democratic countries, this underlying logic ensures power isn't concentrated in one branch of government, preventing corruption. In some centralized systems, the underlying logic might be centralized decision-making to drive rapid development. Different political systems follow different underlying logics. Economic laws. the economy operates on principles such as supply and demand, market competition, and price mechanisms. Global economic trends and market openness are grounded in the underlying logic of free trade, resource allocation, and competition. By mastering these underlying logics, we can predict economic fluctuations, understand the causes of inflation, and analyze stock market trends. Understanding the underlying logic of social operations helps us not only see how various systems function, but also predict future developments. Conclusion: the application of underlying logic is everywhere. Whether in personal thinking patterns, behavioral models, or the macro functioning of society, underlying logic plays a crucial role. By mastering underlying logic, we can make more rational decisions, optimize our behavior patterns, and gain a deeper understanding of social phenomena and trends. Therefore, learning and understanding underlying logic is key to improving personal capabilities, refining behavior, and grasping the pulse of society. Okay, that's all the content I'd like to share with you friends today. Next time, I'll share some differences between underlying logic and other logics. If the video content is helpful to you, please give it a like, subscribe to and share my channel. Thank you all.